כל השנה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בין העולם הבא בעזרת השם. Today is the 27th of Tammuz. We're discussing two mitzvot, the Oraita, mitzvah number 503, where there is a commandment on a king. Besides every Jew, including the king, we all obligated to write a Sefer Torah. As if you say the Sefer, all for the boss, the subject of the story, the Chacham, I forgot his name, his daughter is Mrs. Stern, what's his last name, I forgot. But anyway, very famous Jew who was promoting Orthodoxy in America. He was a big fighter for it in the early 1900s. And he encourages anybody who buys a house, at the same time, you must buy a Sefer Torah. That was his encouragement to his children, at least. You learn. Listen, you bought a house, right? Buy the Sefer Torah. How much costs a house? A house costs...
1900s?
1900, yeah. 1910, 1912, 1915. His sons went to Rabbi Chafetz Chaim.
15,000.
If you bought no, much less. If you bought a house, you should buy... The house could cost $10,000. The house costs about $10,000 these days. Right now, you could buy what we buy today, 5,000 square feet. No, in New York. What are you talking about? In Borough Park in 1980s, close to 1990s, you could buy a house for $20,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Today they go for $3 million.
Yeah.
But I'm saying those houses, $20,000, 1980s, early 90s even.
Yeah.
On Ocean Park, where you could have bought a house, I saw deeds, purchases. Properties 50 by 150.
Sold in the 80s.
In the 70s, I sold $20,000, $24,000.
Yeah.
I worked for Yeshiva of Brooklyn. We bought a few lots on Ocean Parkway. Paid $24,000. Bubkis.
Yeah.
So those goes for over $3 million easily. Yeah. Easy. Bezrat Hashem. Only atzlacha to everybody. Mm-hmm. Now, so he said that when you buy a Sefer Torah, when you buy a house, you should buy a Sefer Torah. That's an advice. I think it's a good advice. That's why I'm mentioning it here. So that's the mitzvah 503. Besides, every Jew should have a Sefer Torah, including the king. There is additional mitzvah on him to write a second Sefer Torah. You hear? That will be with him constantly. We will discuss that right now. 504, Shevet of Levi, the whole Kohanim, Leviim, everybody, they have a prohibition to have a land as an inheritance, meaning that they cannot, will not be able to receive land as the Yeshua distributes it when they come to Eretz HaKodesh. So that's prohibition number 504. We'll discuss more about that. It's what our sponsor today, לרפואה שלמה לכל חולי עמו ישראל, ובכללם לחיה בת לאה, and Yosef Chaim ben Mafrat. There? Ready? Yeah. Let's go. Mitzvah 503. שמצווה על המלך שיהיה על ישראל, a Jewish king that's over the Jewish nation. There's a mitzvah for him לכתוב ספר תורה מיוחד לו. He must write for himself a Sefer Torah which is specifically designated for him. מצד המלוכה שתהיה עמו תמיד. That's from the side of the aspect of a kingdom, right? So basically, how would this happen? Mistama, a king will not be inaugurated at a young age. Mistama, most kings live the normal life, and you see that David HaMelech, right? So he had no problem. Shlomo HaMelech was a youngster when he became a king. Under Bar Mitzvah, we're talking about. So let's say at Bar Mitzvah, every Jew would have to be obligated to write Sefer Torah. So now this king was inaugurated to become a king. From the moment that he became a king, he is commanded to write another Sefer Torah. מלבד ספר תורה אחר שמצווה עליו לכתוב בכל אחד מישראל, כמו שנכתב במצוות האחרונה שבספר בעזרת השם. As we know, mitzvah number 613 tells us, and it's incumbent on every Jew to own the Sefer Torah. Now, whatever we discuss exactly, do I spend $40,000? Do I spend $80,000 to write Sefer Torah? So there's going to be discussion. Can you buy Sfarim in a shul? Can you donate books? Can you own books? Is that going to be enough to have this the mitzvah? So that's discussed in mitzvah 613. We'll get there, Bezrat Hashem. It says in the Sefer Dvarim, chapter 17, pasuk 18. וכתב לו את משנה התורה הזאת וגומה. It says over there he should write for himself these teachings. And he's talking about over there, Sefer Torah. Meshosheh mitzvah. What is the mitzvah? What's the foundation? What's the purpose of this mitzvah? לפי שהמלך ברשות עצמו לא יציבהו אדם על מעשיו ולא ייגר בו. We know that the king is in a level where nobody could tell him what to do. And nobody could actually reproach him. Nobody who's going to give him musar. And therefore, בשבט פיו יכה ארצו וברוח שפתיו ימית מי שירצה בכל עמו. He is so powerful that in his shevet, in his what's his name? Just with his mouth, he could destroy a country. He could destroy a land. He could destroy a country. He could go and conquer land through his power of his mouth, and through the speech of his mouth, he could actually decree death on people. Nobody could say anything. על כן באמת צריך שמירה גדולה. Therefore, a king needs additional security, וזיכרון טוב יעמוד נגדו, יביט עליו תמיד למען יכבוש את יצרו. And something that's constantly going to remind him, it's something going to be watching over him and remind him to behave properly. And something that's going to conquer his יצר הרע, ויטה ליבו אל יוצרו. And it's going to look at it and it's going to remind him to constantly tilt his being himself towards his creator. וזהו שאמרו זיכרונם לברכה, and so said in the Masechta Sanhedrin, page 21, second side, יוצא למלחמה וספר תורה עמו. The king, when he goes out to war, he must have the Sefer Torah with him. יושב בדין והוא עמו. The Gemara continues and says, if he is sitting and he is contemplating a judgment, also Sefer Torah is with him. Mesev lechol, when he comes to enjoy the meal, Gemara says, Vehu kenegdo, and the Sefer Torah is right in front of him. Kilal advarim, they learn from here, shelo haya zaz mineged einav. The Sefer Torah that he wrote, the second Sefer Torah, that was for Malchut, for the kingdom, specifically was designed to be like a thorn in his eyes, constantly looking at it. However, except when he goes for his physical cleanliness needs. For sure, Sefer Torah doesn't go there. But everywhere else, the Sefer Torah is right in front of him. Either he carries it, does he have it on his forearm? There's a whole discussion how he's going to have it. Does he tie it over here or something? Or he has it on his chest? Or it has to be in front of him constantly, that he knows that he should have awakened mercy in him and people. It says over there, just like Hashem is merciful, so should you be merciful. So he has so many thoughts. Remember, technically speaking, we're saying Kriyat Shema. What do we say every day? Twice. Uritem oto, right? We say Uritem oto, and you will see the tzitzit. Uschartem et kol mitzvot Adonai. I'm looking at this tzitzit. And I'm supposed to have a techelet over here, the blue string. By me looking in the blue string, that pasuk tells me, in that second, that millisecond that I'm looking at it, right? I'm kissing the tzitzit when I'm saying it. That second, that moment, I'm supposed to have all 613 mitzvot in front of me. All of them. Now, you're going to say, how's it possible? It's possible. Huh?
The symbol.
No symbols. No. You're missing a point. Uritem oto uschartem. When you just by looking, your mind is supposed to run through, from mitzvah of pru to mitzvah of 613 writing down the Sefer Torah, and all that's in the middle. You're gonna say, how is that possible? It's possible. Your mind is supposed to be so clear that you have to know all the mitzvot d'oraita by heart. And if you think about it,
that's what we're doing.
Huh?
2 mitzvot in there.
That's right. That's what it's talking about here. So now, this is what I'm looking at. That's it. The king is not supposed to know only the mitzvot. We want the king to know What happens if a person goes after his heart's desires? So he looks at the Sefer Torah, he's about to go after his heart desires, he's going to go astray, stop going astray. He's going to have a person committing a crime in front of him. He wants to kill him for the crime. He's going to stop himself and he's going to say, what about another view? Maybe Dan Lekav Zechut. All those, everything is in the Torah. Whatever we learn in the Mishnah, it's all in the Torah. And that's what Torah point is supposed to be. In the mitzvah, the rules of this mitzvah as follows. Masha Amru Zechronam Lebracha, what is discussed in Masechta Sanhedrin in Yerushalmi Gemara. Over there, second chapter, Pasul Halacha Vav. שספר תורה של מלך מצווה עליו להגיעו מספר העזרא, על פי בית דין. So it has to be that it has to be copied over from the structure that Ezra Sofer established. על פי בית דין, according to the בית דין, כדי שיכוון על פיו מעשיו ביושר. In order that he constantly does all his deeds, the king, with right path. ויתר פרטי דינה ספר תורה, and all the other rules that referring to this ספר תורה, יכתוב אותם בעזרת השם במצווה אחרונה שבספר. I'm going to tell you more details about ספר תורה, how to write it, what to write it, in mitzvah number 613, where it belongs. וזאת אחת מן המצוות שאמרנו בתחילת הספר, שהן מוטלות על מלך לבד. But as I told you, this mitzvah specifically, number 503, is specifically telling us a king. Not a nasi, not a prince, not a president of a synagogue. Those, they don't have that. This is talking about mitzvah specifically for the king. Obviously, everybody knows, we don't need to tell you when this is it. So this mitzvah is, I guess, when you could fulfill it. שידוע הדבר שאין מלכות בישראל אלא בזמן שארצה בשובה, שארצם בשובה. We know that the kingdom of the Jewish nation is only at the time when the land is settled. They talk about Eretz Israel. תחזינה עינינו במהרה וביד הגואל ומלך עלינו בתוכה. Soon, V'ezrat Hashem, we will see this. We will testify to see the testimony. We will actually give testimony and reveal a revelation of Melech HaMashiach in our days, hopefully, where we will be able to see this mitzvah fulfilled. Mitzvah number 504. שלא יהיה לשבט לוי נחלה בארץ. So now the land.
Is this the parasha? No. Last parasha?
No.
No.
This is done. No. This is not. This is already in the middle of the Varim.
Yeah. Sure. Never mind.
It's okay. Now the tribe of Levi, including Kohanim, may not own any land in as an inheritance. שלא ייטול כל שבט לוי חלק בארץ זולתי הערים הידועות ומגרשיהם כמו שמאמר בכתוב. We know that the Shevet Levi, we actually said that this last week, yes.
Yeah, the Levi cities.
Last week we discussed that there's such a concept of giving all the Shvatim, the Leviim, their own cities. We learned it about I would say a month and a half ago, this mitzvah. We're not going with Parasha. This is not going according to the Parasha.
No, I know, but with this,
but the mitzvah, that's right. So, okay. 504, the mitzvah of Leviim getting cities is the previous mitzvah, it's in the 300s, in the late 300s. Right now we're discussing 504, prohibition for a Levi take more than what they deserve. Over there it's telling us what they deserve. The 48 cities in Israel, scattered all over Israel, the Levites, for the purpose of obviously spreading the Torah. Yeah. Over there that's the mitzvah taseh. Over here it's a mitzvah lo taseh. It says in Devarim, chapter 18. We're just starting Devarim this Shabbat. This is already chapter 18. Yeah. So mitzvah Mishnah Pasuk Aleph. Lo yeh lekohanim u'levim kol shevet Levi chalek v'nachala. The Kohanim and Leviim may not have any inheritance to receive from the land. Mishosha mitzvah, we already know the foundation of this mitzvah. כדי שיהיה כל עסק השבט הזה בעבודת האל ברוך הוא ולא יצטרכו לעבוד את האדמה. The purpose was, HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't want this tribe to be busy with anything that pertains to the land. He wanted them to be completely busy with Hashem Himself and perform Hashem duties of Jews in this world just with Hashem, and meaning anything that's spiritual. ושאר השבטים נוהגים להם חלק בכל מה אשר להם מבלי שיגיעו הם בדבר כלל. Okay? And the other shvatim are obligated to support the Leviim and Kohanim, and they get the reward for supporting them. כעניין שכתבתי למעלה במצוות נעשה בסדר ויקח קורח, and over there we already discussed mitzvah number 395, where the Kohanim, where we are obligated to support this individuals who do the Melechet HaKodesh. They are busy with holy tasks. Dinei mitzvah, again, because the Jewish people are working with the land and doing business, whatever it is, and whatever they have to separate, masrot, trumot, masrot, all those things that are pertaining to give to Kohanim. Dinei המצווה כלולים בפרשת הכתוב לפי הדומה. Obviously, we already explained what's the purpose, how to fulfill this mitzvah. That's it. They just can't have an inheritance. If Yeshua comes in, no Kohen or Levi could take any part of the land besides those 48 cities. ונוהגת מצווה הזו בלוויים בזמן שארץ ישראל ביישובה. Now you're going to say, today you have a lot of Kohanim own land, own farms in Israel. Kohanim, Leviim, how are they doing it? It's true. You're right. This mitzvah, this prohibition only is when the entire Jewish nation gets back to Eretz HaKodesh, and only as an actual inheritance from the Torah they don't have. Okay, but since we don't have that here today, so of course they're allowed to own the land, they're allowed to buy, they're allowed to do farming, whatever they want to do, then that's not a problem. That's not a prohibit. They're not transgressing this sin. What
happens when, let's say, Mashiach is revealed, and then all Bnei Israel is heading back to Eretz Israel? Then all that land has to revert back to the Shevatim, and then they will have to.
It's a big discussion in the Gemara. How it's going to happen?
What will happen in that scenario?
Yes, it's a big discussion. Again, don't forget that there's a lot of a lot of statements that actually say to us, the teachers, the Chazal, that in reality the whole world will be Eretz Israel, right? And Eretz Israel will be Yerushalayim. That's what some say. So I don't know what exactly going to happen. I'm telling you, I'm very eager to find out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, what's going to be. I cannot foresee, but I could tell you one thing. I'm very eager to find out, and I'm doing a lot of tshuva. Hopefully Hashem will forgive me for all my averot and help me to become a holy person that He wants me to be. And Bezrat Hashem, and I will stop doing averot, and then Mashiach will come, and we'll find out right away. All right, what's going to do halacha right now? Bezrat Hashem.